There may be papers on your kitchen counter right now. Maybe there is a sweater in your closet that belongs to an older version of your life. Maybe there is a storage bin you keep moving from one room to another because opening it would mean making decisions you do not have the energy to make. After 40, a home can hold more than objects. It can hold unfinished choices, quiet guilt, expectations, and reminders that pull on your attention when you are already tired. In this video, we are going to talk about 15 things to remove for a calmer home after 40. Not because your home needs to look perfect, but because your mind deserves fewer things to carry. This is not about becoming a minimalist or throwing away your memories. A calm home is not an empty home. It is a home that asks less from you. So as we go through these 15 things, listen gently. You are looking for the few things that may be making daily life heavier than it needs to be. Number 1, old papers you keep meaning to sort. Old papers are one of the quietest sources of pressure in a home. Mail receipts, school forms, medical letters, expired coupons, and notes from appointments. Each piece looks small on its own. But paper usually carries a question. Did I deal with this? Is it important? Do I need to call someone? What if I throw it away and need it later? That is why a small pile can feel louder than it looks. It is not only paper, it is a stack of unfinished decisions. Start with the obvious things. Remove envelopes, duplicates, expired notices, and papers you can easily access online. Then choose one simple place for papers that truly need action. You do not need a perfect filing system to feel relief. You just need fewer papers sitting in plain sight quietly asking to be handled. Number 2, clothes that no longer fit your real life. This is not only about clothes that no longer fit your body. It is also about clothes that no longer fit your mornings, your comfort, your work, your energy, or the woman you are now. Maybe there are pieces from a job you left, clothes from a season when your body felt different, shoes that hurt, outfits you keep because you think you should become the kind of person who wears them. The problem is what happens when you are simply trying to get dressed. Instead of being supported, you have to negotiate with your closet. A calmer closet does not have to be tiny. It just needs to tell the truth about your real life. If letting go feels too final, place those items in a separate box for now. But do not let them take over the space where everyday decisions happen. Your closet should help you begin the day, not make you prove something before breakfast. Number 3, decorative items that make cleaning harder. Some things are pretty, but they ask for care every time you clean. Small figurines, extra frames, trays, decorative jars, candles, vases, and layered displays can make a room feel finished at first. Then, months later, you realize you are lifting, dusting, straightening, and moving them without actually enjoying them anymore. This does not mean your home has to be plain. Beauty matters. Warmth matters. A home should still feel like you. But after 40, it is fair to ask a practical question. Does this still give me enough peace to deserve the care it asks from me? Look at one surface you clean often. Notice which objects you touch only because they are in the way. Keep the pieces that still give beauty, comfort, or meaning. Release the decorations that have quietly become another chore. Number 4, extra mugs, bowls, and kitchen duplicates. The kitchen often holds more duplicates than we notice. Event mugs, awkward bowls, containers without lids, spare utensils, chipped plates, duplicate gadgets and tools you never reach for. One extra mug is not a problem, but a cabinet full of almost useful things can make the kitchen harder to use. You reach for the bowl you actually like, but it is behind 3 bowls you never choose. You open a drawer and have to shift things before it closes. You put dishes away and have to solve the same little puzzle again. Keep what fits your real daily life. The mug you reach for, the bowl that feels good, the container with its lid, and the tool that earns its space. Removing duplicates does not make your kitchen less generous. It makes it easier to live in. Number 5, old self-care products you never use. This one can feel personal. There may be lotions, masks, oils, bath products, skincare samples, hair tools, or wellness items you bought because you wanted to take better care of yourself. At the time, they may have represented hope, more quiet, more softness, a version of you who had a little more time. But now they sit unused in a drawer, and instead of feeling like care, they feel like evidence that you are behind. Self-care products should not shame you from the bathroom cabinet. If you never use something because the scent bothers you, the routine is too complicated, the product has expired, or you simply do not want it anymore, it is okay to let it go. Keeping it does not create more time. Real self-care after 40 may be simpler than the drawer suggests. One lotion you use, one cleanser you like, one clean towel, one small routine. Number 6, bedding and towels that no longer feel good. Some items stay because they are still technically usable. Towels that are rough but not ruined. Sheets that are thin but not torn. Pillowcases that no longer feel soft. Blankets that are scratchy, bulky, or annoying to store. They may not look like clutter, but the things that touch your body every day matter. A rough towel can make a small care moment feel disappointing. Bedding that feels worn out can make the end of the day feel less restful. A packed linen closet can make it harder to find what you actually want. You do not need luxury bedding or matching sets, but you do deserve daily basics that feel clean, decent, and kind to your body. Keep enough for real-life laundry delays, guests, if you host them, and sensible emergencies. Then release the pieces you keep only because you feel you should. Number 7, storage bins full of forgotten decisions. Storage bins can be helpful. They can also make postponed decisions look tidy. A clear bin basket tote or labeled box can feel like progress. It contains the mess and makes a room look calmer from the outside. But if the bin is full of items you have not looked at in months, it may not be storage. It may be a box of decisions waiting for your future self. Old craft supplies, spare cords, children's things, seasonal pieces, mystery tools, things you were not ready to decide about, so you gave them a lid. Do not start with every bin. Choose one. Ask, do I use this? Do I love this? Or does it clearly belong in my life now? If the answer is no, the bin has done its job. You are allowed to finish the decision. Number 8, gifts you keep out of guilt. Gifts can be complicated because they come with emotion attached. Someone thought of you. Someone spent money. Someone meant well. So the gift stays not because you use it, but because letting it go feels unkind. A home can become heavy when it is holding other people's expectations in every cabinet, shelf, and closet. You can appreciate the gesture without keeping the object forever. You can be grateful for the kindness without giving the item permanent space in your daily environment. If the gift is useful to someone else, let it move on. If it has deep sentimental meaning, choose a respectful place for it. But if it only brings guilt, it may not belong in the center of your home. Number 9, work items in rest spaces. A laptop on the bedroom chair, papers beside the sofa, a planner on the nightstand, work notes on the dining table. Sometimes work items stay out because life is busy. Sometimes they stay out because part of you feels you should always be ready to check, respond, plan, or catch up. But when work lives inside rest spaces, your body may sit down while your mind stays on duty. Not everyone has a separate office. Many homes do not have that kind of space. The goal is not a perfect workspace. The goal is a visible boundary. At the end of the workday, place work items into one bag, basket, drawer, folder, or corner that can be closed or turned away from. Even if the work is not finished, it does not need to stare at you while you try to rest. Number 10, broken things waiting to be fixed. Broken items carry a particular kind of pressure. A lamp that needs a switch, a shirt missing a button, a frame with cracked glass, a small appliance you might repair someday. Each broken thing tells a tiny story. You should fix me. Sometimes it is worth fixing. Sometimes the repair is simple, realistic, and worth the time. But sometimes the object has been waiting so long that it has become less of a project and more of a quiet accusation. Make one honest decision. Fix it this week. Pay someone to fix it if that makes sense. Give it to someone who wants the project. Recycle it if appropriate, or let it go. Broken things are part of real homes, but too many unfinished repairs can make your home feel like it is keeping a list on your behalf. Number 11, too many backup items. Backups can feel safe. Extra shampoo chargers, notebooks, cleaning supplies, pantry items, sheets, containers, and toiletries can all seem reasonable. Some backups are practical. Keeping a sensible reserve can make life smoother. But too many backups become another system to manage. You have to remember what you have, where it is, whether it has expired, whether you already bought more, and whether anyone else in the house knows where to find it. A backup stops being helpful when it creates more tracking than relief. Choose which categories truly need backups in your home. Maybe it is toilet paper soap or one household item your family uses constantly. Then reduce the rest to a level you can actually see and manage. The calmer version is not having nothing. It is having enough without turning your cabinets into a memory test. Number 12. Sentimental clutter without a clear home. Sentimental items deserve care, but not every sentimental item can live everywhere. Photos, children's drawings, letters, souvenirs, old cards and meaningful little things can become difficult when they drift into random drawers, shelves, bins and surfaces. Instead of feeling precious, they start feeling unresolved. The issue is not that you should be less sentimental. The issue is that memories need a place where they can be honored instead of scattered. Choose a clear home for the most meaningful pieces. It might be one memory box, one shelf, one album, or one drawer. Give yourself a limit that feels kind, not punishing. Then let the less meaningful pieces go with respect. You are not throwing away your life. You are choosing which memories you want to keep close enough to actually care for. Number 13. Outdated planners and notebooks. Old planners and notebooks often feel too personal to throw away, but not useful enough to keep in everyday spaces. They may hold lists, appointments, meal plans, notes, ideas, reminders, or unfinished plans from an earlier season. Sometimes we keep them because they prove how much we were carrying. Sometimes we keep them because we think there may be one important note inside. Sometimes closing that chapter feels uncomfortable. But if old planners are stacking up, they may be keeping old pressure alive. Review them quickly if you need to. Pull out the one-page password hint, address idea, or reference that truly matters. Then release the rest. You already lived those days. You already carried those lists. You do not need every notebook to keep proving how much you had to remember. Number 14. Things on surfaces that keep asking for attention. Surfaces are where mental load becomes visible. The kitchen counter, entry table, dresser, top, bathroom sink, nightstand, dining table, and living room sideboard. Collect the small objects that do not have a clear next step. A receipt, a cup, a hair tie, a letter, a charger, a bag, a return package. The surface starts speaking before you do. Put me away. Decide about me. Move me. Clean around me. Remember me. When too many things sit on surfaces, your home can feel loud even when it is quiet. Choose one surface that affects your mood the most. Clear it enough that your eyes can land without being pulled into a list of tasks. The point is not a perfectly empty counter. The point is a surface that gives your mind one less place to scan. Number 15. Anything that makes your home harder to maintain. This final one is the widest and maybe the most useful. Every home has items that seem fine on their own, but quietly make maintenance harder. A rug that catches crumbs, a chair that collects clothes, a basket that becomes a dumping zone, a shelf that invites piles, a system only you understand, an appliance that is annoying to clean. After 40, it becomes powerful to ask, is this item making my life easier, or is it asking me to manage it? Not everything has to be efficient. Some things can stay because they are beautiful, meaningful, comforting, or simply yours. But the things that repeatedly create friction deserve a second look. You may not need more discipline. You may need fewer objects that require discipline from you every day. You may not need a bigger organizing system. You may need a home that is easier to maintain with the energy you actually have. As you look around your home, try not to ask, what would someone else think of this room? Ask, what is this room asking from me? Some objects ask for care and give comfort, beauty, or usefulness back. Those may be worth keeping. But some objects only ask. They ask you to remember, decide, clean around, repair, store, explain, or feel guilty. Those are the things you can begin to release. You do not have to remove all 15 today. Start with one small category, one paper pile, one rough towel, one storage bin, one gift, one surface. A calmer home is built through small permissions. Permission to stop managing what no longer serves you. Permission to make daily life easier. Permission to let your home support the woman you are now. If your home still feels draining even after removing a few things, watch the next video about the hidden things quietly taking your energy. And if this kind of calm, practical home support is what you need, subscribe to Calm Her Daily for gentle habits that help women over 40 protect their energy and create a home that asks less from them.